Does Instagram deliberately harm young people? Is Meta doing enough to help those impacted? These questions are being asked as Mark Zuckerberg was at the receiving end of questions as he testified at a trial in the US. The Meta CEO appeared in connection with a lawsuit filed by a 19-year-old woman from California, reportedly, against tech giants Meta, TikTok, YouTube, and Snap, reportedly. And she claimed to have been addicted to these companies' platforms at a young age because of their attention-grabbing design, allegedly. The petitioner is seeking to hold these companies accountable, as she has blamed them for fueling her depression and suicidal thoughts, reportedly. Snap and TikTok have already reached an out-of-court settlement with the petitioner, as per reports. During the hearing, the Meta CEO sidestepped the central question of whether Instagram is addictive. However, he made one big admission that should matter to just about every social media user out there. After being presented internal documents, he said the company previously set a goal to increase the amount of time people spent on Instagram, but gradually moved away from that approach. Zuckerberg said he believes in the basic assumption that people use something more if it's valuable to them. The failure of Meta's age verification policy also came under the scanner, reportedly, considering that the petitioner signed up on Instagram at the age of 9. Although Zuckerberg expressed regret over his firm's slow progress in identifying underage users on Instagram, he claimed that improvements have been made, but he sought to pass the buck to Google and Apple to ensure age verification at the handset level. However, many of those who attended the hearing and parents of teenagers affected by social media reportedly were not impressed by Zuckerberg's defense, accusing him of trying to obscure the truth. Listen to this.
What we heard today was what they taught me in law school was the term pettifoggery, which is how do you wordsmith things around to change reality? How do you use high-handed prose to obscure the truth?
You see, this case has wider ramifications. Beyond Zuckerberg's version, let's also look at what Meta has done to actually address digital addiction among children. In the year 2024, it announced a collaboration with the National Parent-Teacher Association, for example, to host Screen Smart workshops in cities across the US to guide parents and caregivers on age-appropriate online habits, reportedly. It also has a safety advisory council comprising of internet safety organizations from around the world who provide expertise on issues related to online safety. These are just some of the examples. Some numbers now. As per estimates, an average Instagram user is now spending 27 minutes a day, reportedly, watching Reels. According to a Pew Research survey, about 1 in 5 US teenagers aged 13 to 17 constantly use social media. Additionally, 55% of them visit Instagram at least once daily, reportedly. Meanwhile, Instagram and Facebook have grown exponentially. They boast a cumulative user base of 6.70 billion and have surpassed TikTok, reportedly, as they are estimated to have a yearly revenue of $50 billion from Reels alone. Why are platforms not being able to use AI effectively to ensure digital safety and age-based access, for example? And it remains to be seen whether this trial gets us some change on the ground.